The next station is West Irving.
Hello, fellow Americans, friends, family, our friends around the world. This is Ron C. with Ron C's America. I see you, America, and you're looking good. Look at where I'm at. I am at the Dallas, Texas Union Station train station, and I am here today, Wednesday, November 10th, 2021, to meet. Excuse me, I'm just having a look around because I've been here before, but it's been a while, so I'm just refamiliarizing myself with the area. But anyway, I am here to meet NickP, and he's traveling to Amtrak, and that's why I'm beside the tracks there. You see the tracks in the background. That is why I'm at Union Station, and we're gonna go in here and see if we can find him. That is where I'm meeting him, and we're gonna get on the train and actually travel with Nick for a few hours. So I am going from Dallas Union Station to Texarkana, Texas, and look, there he is right there. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
The infamous one.
NickP. How you doing, man?
Good up yourself, Ron.
Doing good, doing good. So tell me, how's the trip so far?
It's been fun seeing family in North Dakota, friends out in Massachusetts, family in Ohio, friends and family here in Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth,
Right.
and up in OKC. And now I'm on my way to Philadelphia, on my way down to Georgia. Going across 34 states over 33 days. Celebration for my 30th birthday next week.
Awesome.
Coast to coast. And then just crossed half the U.S. Now I'm on my way back to Philadelphia. The furthest I went on this train was Fort Worth.
Okay. And then you took the spur up to Oklahoma City.
Yep, went up to OKC, and then I spent a day and a half with friends in Arlington, and then they brought me over to my family in Rockwall.
So where are you from originally?
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Minneapolis, St. Paul. They feed them good out there.
Yeah.
You kind of,
A little something in the water.
you're a big, robust sprout.
Yeah, a little something in the water. I'm about 6'8", 6'9".
As you guys can see, I'm at the train station with Nick as he's about to depart Dallas, and he was here for the last few days visiting family, and I think you're headed out of the area for good now,
Yeah,
right?
this trip I'm out for good.
Well, say a little bit about what you were doing in Oklahoma City.
I was in Oklahoma City visiting a guy that Ron knows, and some of you may know, a guy by the name of Danny Griswold.
Who, me? I don't.
I know, right? A guy by the name of Danny Griswold with the YouTube channel Griswold Family Vacay.
Okay,
Him
yeah.
and his son Landon came out to see me for a late dinner.
So one of my favorite things about those two is Landon's ability to photobomb almost every photo that's taken. So did he photobomb y'all, or y'all were probably all together in the picture, so he didn't have to?
He tried, but I think he was up to like halfway up my thigh.
Right.
But I took a picture with him and his old man at the IHOP, and you can see how short he is compared to me and him. But it was neat meeting him. He may have been scared of me, but I'm a friendly giant.
And so where can we see those pictures at?
I will put it either on my Instagram, which I'll have Ron link in this video, or I will put them as a part of a highlight video of my time in Texas.
Did you enjoy your visit with family?
Absolutely.
Good
It's always
time?
good to see family.
Yep, that is true. And, you know, having always making a point to go back a time or two every year to see my family. I know how important it is to go see them and keep that channel open.
Especially since the older generations are dying off.
You don't have to remind me. I do know that.
Well, no, Ron, it's my mom's cousin I saw down here. Her mom lived to be about 50 hours short of turning 100 last year.
Oh wow, that's close. Let's just give it to her. How about
I know,
that?
right? That's what I'm saying. It's honorary. If you can
Yeah.
make it 50 hours short of being 100 years old,
Absolutely.
should honorarily be a
So as I was asking you, what do you do in between? Like, you can always read or whatever, but what do you usually like to do in between destinations while you're riding, especially at nighttime?
It's the meeting the people, going different places, meeting people from different ethnicities, different parts of the country.
Right.
Who you'll never meet without being on a train.
Right.
It really opens your perspective on life.
That's interesting to know. And you're always, I guess, because you're meeting new people, you're learning new things about where they're from, about them, about who they are, and
traveling really gets rid of prejudices.
Yeah.
Because you got on here compared to a plane, you got hours. Compared to a plane, you maybe got an hour if it's short, maybe 5 at the most.
Right.
Cross country, some of them are like 8 or 9 if you go from like Boston to Hawaii.
Right.
But here, I got 22 hours before I'm in Chicago.
So you're gonna have a little bit of time to talk to people. So you'll be doing more than that, and I'll be talking a little bit more with you here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you need to bend over? Like,
Oh, I'm not standing up straight right now. I'm too tall.
because you're a tall glass of water there. So
Yeah.
these passageways right here in between the cars seem a little bit low for you.
But these are called, I was telling Ron, these are called superliners. They were built in 1978 and like 96 or 98, I forget which one.
Right.
But this one was built by the Bombardier Corporation, so this one was built in the 90s. And in Beech Grove, Indiana is Amtrak's main maintenance facility where these cars go in for their heavy maintenance.
I'm a big train fan, you know, watching them from the side of the track. But
and the term that most people use is rail fan.
Yeah, there's so many people that know so much more about them.
Yeah.
And
that's like me. I think I may have said, Ron, I'm going to make sure for your video here, I'm not afraid to fly.
Yeah.
It's just, it opens your perspective on life, traveling America, cross country on the train.
Hey everybody, this is Ron. I'm in Longview, Texas, and I am on the Amtrak Texas Eagle out of Dallas going eastbound. I'm headed to Texarkana, and the reason I'm riding the train today, he shows up right there in front of me, is because I've come to visit NickP on his little journey around the country. And Nick, this is part of a bigger journey that you're having. Can you tell me a little bit about the journey that you're doing and how it came about?
21 trains over 33 days, crossing 34 states, going all the way from Boston to D.C., Cleveland, Chicago, Dallas-Fort Worth, Oklahoma City.
Right.
All the way back to Chicago, Atlanta, Savannah, to Los Angeles, Portland, Glacier Park, before I get back home to Minnesota on November 30th.
And so what was the inspiration for this trip, or what gave you the idea to spend your entire vacation with the USPS, correct?
Yeah.
Are you a letter carrier or okay? And
because my birthday is next week, so I figure I'm going to get out of Minnesota because it's cold here.
Happy birthday.
So I'm exploring America on the train. We're here, like Ron said, we're here with Amtrak's Texas Eagle. These cars are called superliners. Mm-hmm. They were built in 1978 and about 96.
Right.
By the Bombardier Corporation, and these were the last cars also built by the famous Pullman Company.
I'm actually in coach, and I'm sitting on the upper deck of this car right here. We're leaning against, but you're in a sleeper berth up forward.
First car.
And I tried to sneak in there and hang with you a minute, but they chased me off quick, like I was trying to sneak into first class on an airplane.
Yeah.
So anyway, so while we're here and we have a couple of minutes, what are your thoughts so far on your trip?
I wouldn't change any of it. I'm having a blast, seeing family and friends all across the country. So much fun. I'm probably going to do it again in February/March.
Right. Awesome. You talked about possibly you have a pretty new cousin, a little 4-year-old girl that's really fond of you, and you've and is probably going to be upset and not understand that you're not there. Are you going to try to come back on this trip or come back?
I'm probably going to go to New Orleans and take the train through San Antonio and up to Dallas and go see them again in the spring.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
extended family. The mom is the first cousin of my mom, so close enough.
Right. So So we're in Longview, Texas, folks, and we're just actually doing a quick luggage and pick up passengers here. Maybe dropped a couple off, but as you can see, the wind's blowing pretty good. But you got U.S. flags here flying proud.
In Texas.
And the Texas flag flying in between each one of them. It's a nice little patriotic display right here at the Longview station. I don't know if you can see, there is the Longview station. Once the sun goes down on the Texas Eagle, there's not much to see. Me and Nick are gonna sit down here in a minute and we're gonna talk a little bit more. And in the meantime, I am gonna ride this car here. And there's where I'll enter there. And whenever you see the back of the train, shots out of the back of the train, it's because I have got my camera plastered against the window right up there. And so that'll give you the where have we been perspective, the back of the train and the tracks behind it, and it gives you a little bit of sense of the speed that the train goes. I've been told upwards of 80 miles an hour in places, but everything's going well, and enjoying the visit with Nick. Nick's a pretty big guy, and he's a tall one, so if you go and look at his Instagram, at the picture that he took with Danny and with Landon of Griswold Family Vacay, you can see he's a pretty big guy. He said Landon was a little intimidated by him at first, but once Landon realized that Nick is just a big old teddy bear, then he started to come around, and they were able to get that shot together. So Nick will reboard the train back towards the end of where he's staying, towards the front end. I'm in the very last car, and when the train gets moving again and things get settled in, he'll join me again, and we'll talk with him just a little bit more about what he's been doing on this trip and where he's been, and the things he's seen, and we'll catch up with him. I'm here and I'm traveling with NickP. I mean, I'm not Nick, he's Nick, but I'm on the Texas Eagle eastbound out of Dallas. I'm heading to Texarkana. Nick is headed on to Chicago and points further than that. So where you headed next, Nick?
Well, I'm heading to Chicago, Ron, and then I'm on my way to Pittsburgh, where I'll change again, and I'm taking a train through Central PA all the way from Pittsburgh, and it'll take about 7.5, 8 hours. And Friday at about 3 p.m. Eastern time, I should be pulling into Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And have you ever been to Philadelphia? Is there anything
Yeah.
there particular that you want to see?
Yeah, I have been to Philadelphia. I'm going to probably get a pretzel, roast beef sandwich. Some friends of mine told me to get a donut or a cookie.
And I hear the cheesesteaks are really good there too.
Yeah, I'll be getting a cheesesteak on Saturday with some friends.
So are you going to Tony's, or what's the other one?
Tony Luke's. Because the other ones are Pat's and Gino's that
Right.
everyone likes, that go across the street from each other and fight. But from my Philadelphia experience, I've been told that those two are overrated.
Right.
That Tony Luke's is where it's at.
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll hear from you in
Yeah.
a more timely manner on that subject.
Absolutely, because Ron will link it in the video when he puts it up.
Yep.
To be sure, I've already posted a ton of shorts and a ton of videos. A
Yep.
lot of mine are not long on this trip. I think the longest is about 12 minutes or so.
Right.
But most of them are shorter on different things, like tours of the sleeping cars, of my room set up in the daytime, set up in the nighttime, the shower for the sleepers, like sometimes station tours, but a little bit of everything on my epic trip across America. And heck, this logo here, some of you guys may know, it's of a gas station in Texas called Buc-ee's. Or it's like a Walmart that if they have gasoline.
Absolutely. You have to stop at Buc-ee's. Excuse my coffee cup for getting in the way, but you got to stop at Buc-ee's when you're passing through Texas. Now, the plan for me to meet you on this train was formed before you even got started on your trip, and now that you have, you've been. How many miles do you estimate you've been, and what's been your best experience and your worst experience so far?
The best experience is I've gone about 5,000 miles on the train. By the time I get to Chicago, it will be a little bit more than twice of, if you think Boston to LA, if you drive round trips, it'll be a little bit more than twice that distance.
Right, and the total distance is how many miles?
The total distance I've gone right now, when I get to Chicago tomorrow about 2 o'clock, it'll be right about 6,000.
Well, I was thinking, what is your total?
Well, my total miles on my trip will be
Right.
right around between 13 and 15,000.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And you were saying earlier, we've already that your inspiration for this trip was it was your birthday, and you're
It's
kind
my
of
birthday
treating
next
yourself.
week.
Kind of treating yourself. And have you ever really done this kind of thing before?
Yeah, I've been from Minnesota to Portland to Seattle, down to Sacramento, Denver, New Orleans, Miami, Boston, New York.
So you're coming back to the train ride from having done it before. So you're really finding ways to enjoy yourself
Yeah.
in between the destinations. So
Yeah.
what is it that is most memorable from this trip so far?
Is seeing all the friends and the family along the way.
And
Because family's the most important thing, no matter if it's an extended relative or your brother or sister. It's always good to stay in contact with family.
and so far, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your worst experience is probably with your baggage with Amtrak.
That sucked. Amtrak misplaced one of my bags, and it came to me a couple of days late in Texas, which airlines lose luggage all the time.
Right.
Amtrak's not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
When it happened in Cleveland, I was really nice to that guy because it wasn't that guy's fault. He was just a poor guy in between me and whoever screwed it up. Me, I'm more mad at my insurance company for taking so long to give me what I'm deserved, but that's
Right.
something I don't need to get into here. But you
No.
can understand.
No, but we want to include the good with the bad so that people
Yeah.
are roundly familiar with
Yeah.
what might happen. And,
Yeah,
well,
and another one too for anyone that's never taken the train before is some conductors can be real jerks. Like I had one tell me I can't film it on a train and whatnot. It's like that's a lie.
well, this train happens to be public property, and you can
Yeah.
film here. So you have a First Amendment right to film
Yeah.
in public. This train is a public property.
Yeah,
so
and it's a government-run organization.
and it is Amtrak is a government-run company. So
Yeah, so you can. So
Yeah,
I
and-
reported them, but it's any form of travel. You're going to run across bad apples every once in a while.
right, and you just deal with them for that part of the trip.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there in front of us is where the trains connect. And
Yeah, where the Superliner coach cars connect here.
so that coach in front of us is jumping up and down. I don't know why we're not, because I don't feel it, but will be disembarking at Texarkana, and I don't know. I think we got a little less than 2 hours until we reach the Texarkana station, and that will be the end of my trip and my visit with Nick. But in the meantime, Nick, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and you know, anything you'd like to say about your trip so far? Or
Back home, I work for the U.S. Postal Service, and I was able to get my schedule to allow me to be off for a month. So I figure, what's something epic I can do for a 30th birthday? So I'm just exploring America, seeing friends and family along the way, and really opening my view on life.
so you've got quite a few miles to go. You're not quite halfway. What is it that you're looking forward to most from the trip? Looking ahead.
It's people I meet along the way. It's seeing the scenery. Like, I'm going to be going around. It's called the Horseshoe Curve. It's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. It was originally built by the Pennsylvania Railroad in the 1850s. It took 3 years to build, and it was all by man, horses, and hand chisels, where they built this railroad line in the side of a mountain that curves around in the shape of a horseshoe.
We thought, you know, this time while it's dark or whatever, and we can't really see outside, we would sit here and talk like this, and
With the early sunsets this time of year.
yeah,
Yeah.
find out what all's been happening so far, and what Nick's going to be doing in the days and what
Couple weeks.
couple weeks to come, and we're really looking forward to his trip to the east, and especially I'm looking forward to the trip through Pennsylvania, through the Horseshoe Curve, and all the good stuff. And so,
and even I'm heading out west too. And I got another YouTube channel. I know they're it's a wife and a husband couple. They're called Bill and Lucy with MGM Family Travel. They're meeting me in Philly, and they're going to have me run the Rocky Steps. You know,
awesome.
like he did, you know, pump my
Are you
fist.
gonna wear sweats and the whole thing?
No,
or no?
But I might wear jeans depending upon what the weather is in Philly.
Well,
And
you
then-
know, I believe that's probably a requirement for anyone that is a serious visitor to Philadelphia,
Yeah,
and especially to Independence Hall. So,
this trip is for that, and then we'll see what other mischief we get into the next day
right.
when my train departs for Savannah, Georgia.
Oh,
So,
I love that part of the country, the southeast. If you get a chance to see Myrtle Beach, go down there a little bit
I
and
wish
spend a little bit of time.
I'm spending the week of my birthday with another YouTube channel called Magnificent Germany with Darian.
Oh, Darian, yes, such a good channel. Be sure to check in at Magnificent Germany with Darian, and check out his channel. And any other channels you want to talk about
Now,
while
those
we're
are the
still
only
here?
ones I'm seeing here. Like, I've also seen a channel that Ron knows about that some of you may know about. It's Danny Griswold from Griswold Family Vacay. I got to see him in Oklahoma with his son Landon. They came out and had a late dinner with me. There's so many YouTube channels, it's hard to remember them all. We don't all know everybody.
It is, and I think for our community that we have a lot more room in our hearts for a lot more channels to join us and help each other grow, and you know, who knows when you're just gonna have a spark of an idea and you say, Nick, how about I join you for a time on your train trip aboard the Amtrak? I'll pick it up in Dallas and ride it to Texarkana, and we'll sit and talk like we're doing right now. And that's the kind of thing that can happen when we help each other grow, and we share the community that we have both online and in the real world, and in ways such as this. So it's
And it
a lot of
brings it
fun.
more to life when you meet the person behind the channel.
It sure does, and this is yet another gentleman that I've met in my travels. I'm a little jealous because, you know, it's Ron sees America, but you're the one seeing America right now, so I
know,
had
right?
to.
Because I'm crossing 34 out of our 50 states.
So I had to. Hey, wait a minute, he's seeing America the way I want to, so I decided to jump on here and get a little taste of it. And unless you got something else to say, I think
I think that's about it.
we'll end it there, and say thank you to NickP of Traveling with NickP. You can catch him on YouTube, on his YouTube channel. Catch him on Instagram, Same name?
Same name.
And do you have any other channels open right now?
No.
Tiki-talkie thing or
No.
any of that yet?
No, just that.
You'll be able to find Nick wherever your favorite social media is, from his YouTube page or his Instagram. So I'm gonna say goodnight, Nick, and thank you a lot for sitting and speaking with me. And this is Ron C. Ron C's America. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you later.